Sweet Blue Dream. And this is the deck I ran in Indy, and we're gonna do a deck profile for Riviere and Chou Chou or Chou Chou or Chou Chou, however you want to call it, whatever it is. This is the deck I ran. So we're gonna start with our starter. It's obviously the Bermuda Triangle Cadet Riviere. You want Rivieres in your soul at all times, and we're gonna ride chain our way to victory. When it comes to the trigger lineup, we have 4 of the heels. I prefer this heel just for personal purposes at this point. 4 of Chou Chou Crit. Very good for calling extra attacks. 3 draws. This deck draws quite a bit, but nothing wrong with running a few more. 2 extra vanilla crits, because vanilla crits. And then 3 of the Harmony stands for even more attacks. So this deck doesn't really attack as much as your typical Bermuda deck. It's more for big numbers, but when it can get multiple attacks, they can be quite dangerous. For the grade 1 lineup, we run 4 Mermaid Idol Riviere to keep the right chain going. Very important. 3 of Bermuda's own Owl, I guess you want to call it. Top 7. Search for the main grade 3. 4 Kukuri. I prefer this one because the counter charge that these girls go through is very high, and the Chou Chou one of returning it to hand was too costly, and so this one that gives you that extra counter charge proved to be the better choice. 2 Stride Fodder, because hopefully we're going to ride our main grade 3 and stride for free. 2 Hardy Dancer Courage, because if we can't get this, the deck just struggles. So this is our backup to get Riviere back in the soul and ride her right away. And then 1 Lunchmaker Aika. This is mainly just a tech in. If you want to put a 3rd one of her in, I could see that. But this is just if we have extra Riviere in the soul, put another one in the soul for our stride. Our grade 2 lineup is 4 Maylene. This card is super good in this deck because, like I said, they like to eat counter charge, they like to eat soul, and this just recovers everything. Most people will try and block it because they don't want to give you those extra resources. For Super Idol Riviere, again, keep the ride chain going. And 2 Ayana. This one is kind of a personal choice. I tried multiple things here, and Ayana just kind of refilled the deck for a pretty cheap cost with the extra draw card while getting herself off the board so I could stride for free. Again, this is a personal choice for these 2. The grade 3 lineup is 4 Tarua. This card is our main grade 3, so we end our ride chain here if at all possible for the free stride ability, and there's a reason why we want to end here. The free stride is really good. The on stride skill, we have enough resources to actually use it, so that makes it very helpful. 2 Rising Star Choice. I run this card because it's an 11k, and just in case we need the Legion, we can get it all back. We can get triggers back. And then only 1 Top Idol Riviere. I don't actually want to ride chain it all the way to this. This is preferable. This is to get our Legion going, and this is just there for the Legion, honestly. For the Stride deck, we run 1 Linnell. It doesn't need Tarua and the Soul, so it's pretty easy to pull off no matter what you ride. And its on-hit ability is pretty good. Most people won't let it hit, but if they do, you always benefit from it. We run 4 Legendary Auto Riviere. This is the main stride of the deck. For every Riviere and the Soul, 5k. And then if there are 3 face up in your G zone, draw a card, and she herself gets 10k and an extra crit. This card's very good in this deck because you can have her on your Vanguard, and with 3 Riviere and the Soul, you still get 3 units plus 5k, and she still gets the extra 10k and a crit. And all your cards that require Rivieres also go off with this stride. So the big numbers happen, and it happened for free. We run 2 Laprina. This one I tested out at 4. I tested it out in multiple numbers, and I found 2 is really the ideal number. I almost always use it sometimes for a first stride, just to kind of get rid of a bad hand and try to redraw something. Again, if you have her as your main Vanguard, you draw the extra card. But this is mainly to get rid of those bad hands or hands full of triggers and draw something a little more favorable. We only run 2 Olivia, and Olivia is, well, Olivia. She does everything you need her to do for a Bermuda triangle deck, and it's pretty self-explanatory. Return 3 units, call up to another column, she gets an extra crit. This also runs pretty well with her because you can decrease the number of units on your field, making it easier to get yourself down to 1 for a free stride next turn. We run 1 Angie. The cost is a little too high to run 2, even with this deck that likes to countercharge itself and soul charge. But this is a very good finisher. For each card return you pay 2, you can choose cards on both your field and your opponent's. For each card return, you get 5k. If you return 5, draw a card. If you return 7, she gets an extra drive check. So this can be a very, very big card. If you return all 7, she's over 60k, and she can very easily end games. We run 1 GB8. This is probably one of the better GB8s in the GB8 set, simply because it just calls a whole new field and returns all the cards that you played back to your hand, and all it costs is 1 discard. So pretty easy to pull off, and actually one of the only GB8s that's pretty much actually pretty easy to use and playable. For the G zone, I ran 1 Platy. This is one card I also tested quite a few of. I ran 2 at first, I ran 3, and I found that I don't actually run enough Cho-Chos to make her useful in this build. So she would almost always come out for just a 15k shield. So I bumped her down to 1. She's been working pretty good with that. But again, the more Cho-Chos you run, the more useful she is. I run 1 Palfi. This actually took the place of Platy because it's an easy 5k in almost all Bermuda decks. There's almost never a time a Bermuda deck has less than 3 cards in hand. So it's an easy 5k shield, easy to pull off. 2 Hand-in-Hand Leona, because this really charges up your free stride, makes it way easier to pull this off, and it's just a really good card in this deck. The extra shield is the bonus, but this is really going to get you those free strides and clutch moments. And then we run 1 Sandy, just a really big G-Guard, and again, like the GB8, it's super playable because all you gotta do is flip up 1, and then it's 5k for every 2 cards in your hand, which Bermuda Triangle, you almost always have a huge hand, so it's really easy to pull off. So that's it for this deck profile of Riviere mixed with Chou Chou. A bit of a mysterious deck, but it actually runs pretty well and pretty solidly when you get it going. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.